Let's talk about the supermarkets and how so much of what we buy in the supermarket isn't really food at all. It looks like food and it might taste like food, but what it really is something that's been made in a factory, not something that's been grown on a farm. And it is something that has been designed to hook us into it so that we eat lots of it. And it works really well because 50% of the New Zealand diet is now ultra processed food. In his brilliant book, Chris Van Tulleken outlines this. The book is called Ultra Processed People. If you're interested at all in the science or even the politics of the big food companies and what they've done to us, it's a really great read. I think that the trouble is with these foods is they don't just provide calories, but they actually change the way our body works because they're full of emulsifiers and stabilizers and artificial sweeteners and all of these things that our body doesn't really know what to do with or how to process. We also know that these things have a profound effect on our gut microbiome, which we're only just beginning to understand. And what this means is that our microbes in our gut are being fed with things that they don't really recognize. This causes a dysbiosis where we get too many of some bugs and not enough of the others. This then goes on to affect our immune function, how we digest and process food, even how we think and our mood. We start to want more of these foods that are stripped of fiber and nutrients. So we want more white carbs, more high sugar, high fat, high salt food because the human brain and body is innately hardwired to want sugar, fat and salt. It's part of our survival mechanism that goes back hundreds of thousands, if not millions of years. And the food manufacturers and scientists involved in big food know this. And it's a travesty. My advice is, like everybody says, shop the outside of the supermarket. And if what you're buying is something that your great-grandmother would not have recognized as food, so that means it really needs to be fruit, vegetables, nuts, seeds, beans, legumes. If you choose to eat animal products, then lean meat, chicken, fish, dairy. If it doesn't come from a farm and it doesn't grow, but it is made in a lab or a factory, it really isn't food. Research shows us that people that eat a diet high in these ultra-processed foods, and often they're given health halos, so the packet doesn't let you know that that's what they are. People that eat a high volume of these things, a high percentage of their diet is made up of these things, have trouble losing weight. And that's because of that change in their microbiome. It doesn't come easy because your microbiome is sending signals to your brain to eat more of this stuff. This stuff is not satisfying. It provides calories, but it doesn't provide nutrients and it doesn't provide fiber. And let's face it, fiber is the thing that GLP-1 agonists like Ozempic and Wegovy, that's what they do. They signal to the brain that we're full and that we don't need to continue eating. That's what real food does. That's what fiber does. But these foods that are stripped of that, we can just keep on consuming. And we can eat or drink, like in Fizzy Pop, we can eat or drink a lot of calories without realizing it and without feeling satisfied. This is something I'm really passionate about because I think for our generation, the generation below us and the generation below that, We are producing ultra processed people who are going to be very sick ultra processed people. And my goal is to try and help protect them, protect the health of humans, the health of the planet through our food choices. And that probably means buying less things in plastic and less things that also are building up, like the microplastics within each of us is terrifying. And we're oblivious to it all because we believe that it wouldn't be on the shelf if it was going to harm us. But that's not true. It's just not true. So please, guys, open your eyes, have a look. If this is something that interests you, visit my website, have a look at my 4-week whole food plant-based plan, have a look at my 90-day lose weight and lower your blood pressure plan, and come and join us for a wonderful week's retreat next year in Bali, where we are going to give your body a break, eat real food, and learn lots about eating real food, what those foods are and how they work in our body so that we end up feeling fantastic. Have a great week, guys. Just think about what you're buying and what you're eating. Is it really food?